it up, swashbucklers. You're listening to Under the Crossbones, episode number 115. My name is Phil Johnson. I'm your host for the show. Thanks for tuning in and telling your friends and all that kind of good stuff. It makes the show grow, and you are the only person that can do that. I can do some of it, but you do a lot of it, so thank you for doing that. So here we are, episode number 115. I'm coming to you from the 12th floor of the beautiful Doubletree Hotel in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where I just finished a weekend of shows up here that went pretty well. And let's do fun fact about the number 115. In 2013, a new element was added, number 115, to the periodic table of elements called ununpentium, which unfortunately is just Latin for 115, so not even a super creative name, but it's one of the heaviest elements ever created, and it's extremely rare. It probably only occurs in nature for just a few milliseconds just after a star goes supernova. So if you ever find yourself going, hey, isn't that ununpentium? You're probably not going to be around much longer. So don't worry about finding any unless you happen to be a scientist that deals in that stuff. So 115, there it is. So I'm sitting here. Today's guests, Jeff Hartt and Gertie Stubbs of Buccaneers of the Black Fleet from Vancouver, Canada. And I was lucky enough to get together with them and record this chat while I was up there a couple weeks ago. So we're going to get to that in a second. But here I am in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and just finishing some shows up here. And I like Iowa. I like the people in Iowa. I always have a tough time with the shows in Iowa for some reason. I always have my entire career. I don't know what it is, but I have a tough time connecting with these audiences sometimes. And it was fun. It was fun. Everybody came out happy, whatever. But they were not like gangbuster shows. And I've always had a tough time in this state, and I don't know exactly what it is. I do North, South Dakota, Missouri, Wisconsin, Minnesota. No problem at all. But Iowa has always been a tricky state for me. It's something about whatever I'm giving them doesn't always connect. But it was good. People had a good time, and it was fun. So I'm heading back to California for just a couple of days. And then I fly out to Florida, and actually you can see me out in Florida this coming weekend, November the 3rd and 4th. I will be headlining at Bonkers Comedy Club in Orlando, Florida. Tickets are like just $10 or so, I think, and they're pretty cheap. And you can get those at underthecrossbones.com/Orlando. I know there's a lot of listeners in Orlando, so I would love to see you come out and see the show, and we'll tell some jokes. I got some pirate jokes in the act just for you guys, and it's gonna be fun. But we're going to talk to Jeff and Gertie today from Buccaneers of the Black Fleet, and we're going to talk about all the different projects that they're into and events and stuff they're doing, working with kids, and just the Vancouver and Canadian pirate scene sort of in general, because I don't know that much about what was going up there. Well, I do now because I've talked to them, but we'll find out about what that Vancouver and what that Canadian pirate scene looks like. And it's growing. They're doing some good stuff up there, so we'll hear from them. We have a new sponsor on the show, TeePublic, and this is a very cool company that works with independent artists on T-shirt designs, and I have hand-picked, hand-curated, as they say on the internet these days. I have hand-curated over 100 really cool pirate shirts for you, and there's some great ones, and they're all by independent artists, right? So there's some serious Scully type ones, scary type shirts if that's your jam. There's a good one. It's like two crossed pistols with Blackbeard in under script, in a script underneath that looks really cool. There's the Black Sails crossed arms picture on there. There's some goofy ones. There's like some Star Wars crossover shirts. There's some Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. There's like, don't tell him. What's that line? Don't tell him, Carlos, don't be chicken. So you can get like sort of insidery, pirate jokey kind of stuff like that too. And it's really cool. And so if you buy a shirt from them, the artists get a nice healthy cut of the price, and this show gets a little cut of the price. So that's how, if you buy a shirt, everybody wins and you get a shirt. So that's pretty cool. Go to underthecrossbones.com/shirt to see all the stuff I've picked out for you. And I'll put a couple designs in the show notes too, so you can check them out. And again, that's underthecrossbones.com/shirt. So I did some other stuff besides shows here. I went to the Mississippi River Museum in Dubuque, which was super fun. I am a big Mark Twain fan, so the Mississippi and riverboats and all that kind of stuff is always sort of in the back of my consciousness somewhere. And this was part museum and part aquarium. Cool mix. Now, I've been to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and if you have, you know that it is probably the best aquarium in the world. And this one was smaller. It was more concentrated on Mississippi River animals, which was cool. So there were some poisonous things. There were some dangerous things. Got real face-to-face with a 4-foot alligator. That was pretty interesting. Fortunately, there was a very thick pane of glass in between us. But just to get up close with something like that was pretty interesting. Took some pictures, all that kind of stuff. He looked equally amused by my presence. And they had a stingray touch pool, where little kids go and poke their fingers at the stingrays, which I never find super... I don't think the animals like it that much. And if you see them, usually the stingrays are usually just kind of floating around or whatever. These were the happiest stingrays I've ever seen. They were actually like swimming up to the edge and pushing themselves up out of the water, like pushing their nose up out of the water so you could pet it, like puppies. It was so weird. I've never seen that before. But these were the happiest stingrays that I've ever seen. So if you want to actually touch some happy stingrays, go to the Mississippi River Museum in Dubuque, Iowa. And there they are. There they are. Here in Cedar Rapids, it's Cuban food. That's why I come here. There's a place called the Lost Cuban that has good Cuban food, good Cuban sandwiches. And it's the best place to eat here for under $10, as far as I'm concerned, which that's what I always am looking for. In any town I go, where's the cheap food that's awesome? And there's always a place. There's always at least one place, except for maybe Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's the only place I've never found a good place to eat, but that's the way it goes. Every place else has good food. Step it up, Fort Wayne. You can do it. I know you can. So shows coming up. I'm going to continue to be on the road. Schedule's a little bit late in the winter here because I've been in the middle of so many projects that I haven't had time to go out and hustle gigs. But that's stuff we'll talk about coming up. But like I said, November 3rd and 4th, that's this coming weekend. I'll be headlining Bonkers in Orlando, Florida. And you can get tickets for that at underthecrossbones.com/Orlando. One show each night, 8 p.m. November the 9th, I'll be at Tessera's in Campbell, California, headlining that show at that nice little wine bar there. November the 17th, I'll be at Comedy Soup in Oakland, California, which is a cool pop-up show. So you can go visit the tour dates page to get the address for that. And then November 18th, I'm not performing. I'm going to see Tim Minchin perform. Yeah, I have been waiting years to see Tim Minchin. And if you don't know who Tim Minchin is, you should. He's an Australian performer via London. And the dude is super funny, super intelligent, and an amazing pianist. And he mixes that all together and into crazy songs. And so go look up Tim Minchin, Minchin. Just like it sounds if you're not familiar with him. But I am super stoked that I finally got tickets to see him. Because every time he's come through my area, I've been somewhere else. And this time it worked out that I have been too busy to book gigs, essentially. If you're enjoying the show, we're going to get to our interview here in a second with Jeff and Gertie. But make sure to link up with us over on Facebook. That's facebook.com/underthecrossbones. On Twitter, we're at undercrossbones, no the there. And be sure you're subscribed to the show through Apple Podcasts or Overcast or Podcast Addict or Google Play or whatever you're listening to podcasts on. We are there. And if you're subscribed, you get all the new episodes automatically downloaded to your device every Tuesday when they come out. And it's super nice and easy. And then you can listen to my sometimes raspy, tired voice right away. And of course, you can get all the show notes for this episode at underthecrossbones.com/115. Also, be sure to hit the support page at underthecrossbones.com/support. And you can pop your donation into the PayPal box there, whatever amount you feel is appropriate. There's an Amazon banner. Click that Amazon banner, buy yourself something nice. Amazon kicks me back a few shekels, and that helps me keep the show rolling. And if you want to be a sponsor, if you've got a product or service that you think a pirate audience would like, then you can go to the support page there and contact me, and I'll hook you up, and we'll make sure it all happens. Oh, the tour dates page. I forgot to give you that. Underthecrossbones.com. Just click on the tour dates button, and you can see all the show information for when I'm coming to a town near you. All right, let's dig into this interview, man. We're going to talk to Jeff and Gertie from Buccaneers of the Black Fleet, all about the Vancouver and the Canadian pirate scene and all the cool stuff that they are doing up there. So let's dig in. Here we go. Here we are in beautiful New Westminster, which is this considered a suburb of Vancouver?
No, it's actually considered a city.
It's actually its own city. Oh, okay. All right. Interesting. Okay.
Although
So
it is part of the Lower Mainland.
yeah.
Which is kind of Vancouver and its outlying areas.
Okay.
Actually, Vancouver actually has multiple cities actually in it.
Okay.
Yes. Kind of like a big treasure chest. All
right.
pieces of gold.
All right. I like it. Now we're on topic.
Yes,
There you
that's
go.
definitely on topic.
So I'm here with Jeff and Gertie from Buccaneers of the Black Fleet. I was coming to Vancouver, and I was like, there has to be pirates in Vancouver. And there are.
Yes, there are. Actually, there's actually multiple pirates.
Okay, so first of all, tell me what you guys do. You're a group?
We're more like a troupe. We entertain.
Okay.
Singing, dancing, shenanigans.
Okay.
Stealing stuff, the usual.
Yeah, the pirate thing.
The pirate thing,
Yeah.
right, very much.
We've done the music video. That was one of the first things we did was a satirical music video.
Okay.
Called Bad Romance, which was a satire on Lady Gaga's Bad Romance.
Nice.
When we got together and did that. We do various festivals.
Uh-huh.
I was the official pirate for the Steveston.
Steveston's Cannery, which
Yeah,
is a historical
wasn't-
site down in Richmond.
Okay.
It's not really the cannery. It's just the historical area, like the shipyard.
Okay.
The shipyard, they have the Chinese immigrants that were there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marinal ships and stuff. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was pretty much. This shipyard was built in the late 1800s.
Okay. All right.
So it has that historical aspect, and I had the one of the boat building areas, and I would run my pirate lair out of there, and
Okay.
I would have camps for the kids. So I would run 2 camps a year, and I'd have the kids for a week, and we would just be pirates.
Nice.
So what we would do is, we were pirates. We would do what we want, and that way, no kid kind of got left behind. So that
Okay.
you always have the bookworms. You have the kids that wanted to put on the plays.
Sure.
You have the kids that want to play with the play sets and do the Lego and the Mega Blocks, and then you have the kids that want to run around outside and do sports.
Right.
And we did it all.
Nice.
I just wanted to play with the Lego.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Lego.
Yeah.
Pirates Lego. Yeah. Arr.
So we had like a big, box full of ships, and we had the blue tarps was the blue sea, and the kids would be entertained for hours, just doing piratical things. And then I also have access to the historical part of the workshops, and we'd go in there, and then afterwards I would let the kids use period tools, and they would like shave wood and
Nice.
do that kind of stuff with a lathe, like the old spoke lathes.
Nice.
And we had them at the in our lair behind glass, so they could look at them. But I had them that they could actually handle, and under supervision, they could
Sure.
they could shave down a board. Or I had them. I would have them do caulking the decks, and I'd have them do the boardwalk, and they'd use the right tools and a wooden mallet, and then they would have to figure out how they're going to lay this rope of hemp in order to seal the seams of the decking. And they had a great time. They do it for hours. It was great.
Thin line between entertainment and child labor. I
Well,
like it.
it
I
was
know
awesome.
it's perfect, and they didn't realize exactly what they were doing.
No,
I so loved it.
I had plans for them. It was great.
She had her own little minions.
Yes, I like that. I
Yes.
like that. So when I talk to groups like yours, I'm always sort of vague on the idea of what it is. Like if I'm talking to a band, I know what they do. If I'm talking to people who make clothes, like you're wearing a Seawolf shirt, I've had those guys. I talk to those guys, and I know what they do. But when I talk to a group like yours, I'm always like, I don't know exactly what they do or how a group like that comes together. So how did the group start? Where does it come from?
Well, the group started with basically a same kind of friend base.
Okay.
Friends who knew friends who were interested in historical aspects. Because what we really do try to do as our group is we actually try to give them the aspect of what the history of a pirate actually meant.
Okay.
The booty that would be taken, the aspect of fighting and stuff like that. Like
Okay.
a blunderbuss basically is the modern, the medieval aspect of what a shotgun is.
Sure.
But they cramped everything into a blunderbuss.
Right.
Wood, utensils, anything. But we always went on the. For us, it was more history based for us.
Okay.
Yeah. We kind of touched on everything, though. I mean, we would do, we did the whole Lady Yar thing at the festival.
Yeah.
Right? We did that at that same festival. We had an encampment.
Okay. What was the
Set
Lady
up.
Yar thing?
That was the satirical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
The
instead of
remake
Lady
on-
Gaga, it was
Oh,
Lady
gotcha.
Yar
Okay.
Yar.
Yeah.
All right.
Arr,
I like it.
Lady Yar.
I think we more or less. We make it entertaining and fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we do have a lot of kids that do come up, and it's just the whole aspect of this is the part of history you're not taught.
Okay. True.
But we make it fun. And then to the point where we've actually had children crying when their parents were trying to take them home.
Okay.
And that's how you know when you're successful.
Exactly.
It's
That's
like,
how
no,
it's done.
I want to stay at the
My
Pirates.
mother ran a daycare center for most of my young life, and that was how she knew the kids liked being there, was when they didn't want to go home.
Yep.
And, so that was always made her feel good.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I never wanted to go home. I'm a kid, like, for life.
Yeah.
My wife will admit to this.
Now, who started the group? Did you guys start the group, or?
I pretty much started it. Went to a pirate festival in 2009.
Okay.
And it felt really good. I mean, initially, I had gone to a Ren fair, and I was working at a costume shop.
Okay.
And kind of wanted to go and experience it, but I needed to represent.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to go as a princess.
Okay.
So I ended
But you
up
are
going,
a pretty princess.
Well.
A pirate princess, that is.
I thank you for saying so. But it was great. I mean, it felt really comfortable to go as a pirate.
Okay.
And then I found out that there were these pirate festivals taking place all over the United States.
Uh-huh.
So my very first one, I went off to New Orleans and went.
That was your first pirate festival?
That was my first pirate festival in New
Good
Orleans.
place for it. Which one?
It was called Pirate Con.
Okay.
2009. We were set up right on Bourbon Street.
Oh, nice.
Stayed at the hotel there.
Uh-huh.
It was all filled with history, lots of people dressed like pirates.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It
I
opened
bet.
my eyes. The second festival I went to was on the Queen Mary. It was a combination pirate steampunk
Okay.
festival.
Nice.
And again, I met some really great people and had an awesome experience. Went out on a ship, and the ship attacked the Queen Mary. The Queen Mary was firing back. It was like, I went, this is awesome.
You got to hear boom, boom.
Yes.
Lots of boom, boom.
Lots of boom booms. So I went, this is terrific. And then I started looking around, and there wasn't a lot of pirate stuff happening up here.
Okay.
And so I kind of got together with some like-minded friends. We all knew each other and said...
I have a mind.
Do you?
Did I have a mind? I don't know.
No, I
Really?
think it was a hive
You told me
mind.
what to do, right?
It was a hive mind.
It's a hive mind.
It
Yeah,
was
it's
a
hive
hive
mind.
mind.
Good. But yeah, no, I mean, with me, it's I kind of started off with working for a Ren fair.
Okay.
My first major Ren fair was down at Northwest Washington Ren Fair.
Okay.
Which used to be Gig Harbor.
Yeah.
I made a bet with a person in one of the stills to go find a dress and win the basket. I won the basket, and I beat out some of the women who had more cleavage than they did.
You know, he's quite fetching in a red dress.
Oh God, yes.
sure he is. I
My
can
wife
tell.
still to this day goes, "Yeah, look, it's Red Riding Hood's evil stepsister." But no, really seriously, I mean, I fell in love with the whole pirate aspect, the theme, the lifestyle. I do a lot of the work in my house that I can for a lot of my pirate stuff.
Okay.
My wife does all my costuming.
All right.
Actually, boasts half the crew's costuming too. That it got to the point when actually my youngest daughter's actually involved.
Okay.
And
That was one thing that, excuse me, kind of probably set us apart in that we really actively involved the children. And
Yeah.
when we would do pirates parades, the kids would always be involved. So,
Okay.
one year was great. We had one kid was he Davy Jones, and another kid was
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow.
oh yeah, and we had
And they
4 kids in a
sword
wagon.
fought the entire
Yeah.
route. They
Nice.
sword fought. It was great.
It was
awesome.
the kids bring so much more life to this.
Sure.
And we're really very much a family-based aspect on what we do because I brought most of my family in. Mm-hmm. I have a granddaughter who's 3 right now, and as soon as she's able, I'll bringing her in.
Nice.
And I've got a second grandchild on the way.
Okay.
And he or she will be brought in,
Nice.
provided they want to.
Sure.
They'll listen to Papa.
No, that's nice. And so when so you're getting into the pirate thing. Plus,
Yeah.
what were you doing before Renaissance Fair? Was that like a long thing before pirate things for both of you, or was it?
I
like
think
you went,
so. Mostly for me, yeah. It was. I worked for a Ren Fair for about 3 to 4 years.
Okay.
And then I gradually started getting into other things, and I do a lot of cosplay for cons.
Okay.
So I do a lot of cons throughout the year, and cosplay is one of the biggest things that got me into what I do for my life.
Okay. What's your favorite cosplay?
My favorite cosplay, actually, I would have to go with steampunk.
Okay. All right.
Steampunk's the best one I like.
Nice.
Yeah, because I can make it at home, and I do a lot of leather work anyways.
Okay. All right.
So.
I was back in the Star Trek phenomena way back in the day.
Okay.
And that's where I started. I was Klingon. So Klingon to pirate isn't that much of a...
No, that really isn't
it's
much of a
not-
switch there,
not
hon.
really,
Definitely.
not really.
Can be done. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I hadn't been involved in it for 15 years or more, and then it just sort of fell in, and it was familiar. But more importantly, I met some really awesome people. And all of a sudden, I found myself being able to travel and meet people, stay with people who have become essentially my family now.
Sure, yeah.
I mean,
that's always nice to find your pod like that.
Yeah,
find my tribe.
but your pod. He said pod.
Yeah.
But no, our group actually, we've got members here in Vancouver, our lovely little city, and we've got actually 2 members in Portland.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're stretching out, and I mean, I'd like to see. We're actually going to be doing a bit of a restructuring right now because a lot of our members have either have kids now and they can't attend.
Okay.
So we have to do a little bit of restructuring.
They spawned.
Yes, they had little pirates.
Yes, they spawned.
And they're all cute.
Yes. Yes, and then other people are kind of starting to branch out into their own characters and finding their own place in the cosplay community.
Sure.
So you have to respect that. So, and me being busy with my job, I've had to sort of step away for about a year. It's just too busy for me to, unfortunately, be doing as much as I was.
Yes, but, we're getting back into the theme of things again. Winter's coming, so we've got time to start doing our hunts and get more people. And
So we're going to be recruiting for some new people. We're also going to start planning out what we want to do, whether it be how much do we want to do performing, how much do we want to start doing living history.
Okay.
Because that's a whole different ball game right there.
Sure, yeah.
Where you want to be accurate to the time period with accurate clothing and accurate methods of doing things.
So what kind of events are you guys showing up at?
Normally, actually, right now, we're either doing one of our events, which Kimmy here just came back from, was the pirate encampment event you were at.
Okay, well, generally what I've been doing lately is I belong to a group of pirates in the United States called the Order of Leviathan.
Oh, sure. Yep.
I'm their only Canadian member. We just inducted a member from the UK. So we are worldwide.
Yeah.
So I've sort of been doing a lot of stuff down there with them.
Okay.
One of the things that I do is I go down to California and I participate in a tall ship festival where there's pirate encampments. And as part of that, we also work with a naval reenactment unit, and we essentially take over the ship.
Okay.
So we take over one of the tall ships, and then we all get killed.
Okay.
It's a fun day.
It's always a fun day when you get killed.
But we're shooting black powder, and the thing is that we don't really have too much of an opportunity to do that up here.
Oh, why is that?
I'm not sure. I think it's just the American events all want to have the black powder. I mean, it's a different mindset down there, I think.
Well, it's a mindset, and it's one of the aspects that the black powder groups are here are all Civil War.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, a lot of the people up here for black powder don't understand the rules. We've got a little bit stricter on our stuff. Gun laws are still yet to play, right?
Sure.
For some of the weapons, you actually still need to get your arms license.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, for example, a flintlock pistol in the United States is treated almost like it's a toy. I mean, it's not a toy per se, but it's not a firearm either.
Yeah, the gangs aren't using them.
Whereas up here, in order for me to bring my flintlock pistol up here, I have to have a restricted license, which I do.
Okay.
But it's treated as a handgun.
Okay.
So it's treated as a restricted weapon. Now, if I have a long rifle with the same technology, I don't even need to have a license to own that.
Really?
Yeah, it's really
bizarre.
kind of bizarre.
Handguns are a lot different than the if I have a black powder rifle, I could bring it up. I could do anything I want with it.
Okay.
But if I have a handgun, a black powder handgun, entirely different process again.
Which I think it runs down to the barrel length. So we have to be sort
it's
of...
harder to conceal and carry.
Yeah, well,
Well, that and loading, right?
Right.
I can load a black powder pistol faster than I can a rifle.
That's true.
Yeah, but nevertheless, it's still this. Okay, now hold on a minute. Wait. Okay, and I'm priming now. Okay, wait. No, I'm putting the powder in the barrel. No, hold on. No, don't move. I'm going to shoot you. Just hold
Look,
on.
this is going to take about 5 minutes. Just wait.
Just hang out for a second. That's part of the problem. So I'm not really sure why we have that rule, other than the fact that it's probably due to barrel length.
Yeah.
But
sounds like it.
Yeah.
So you said that it's Civil War groups using black powder up
Yes.
here. Why are there American Civil War groups in Canada?
Well, no, we have. Well, okay.
Or is it Canadian
It's
Civil War?
Canadian Civil War
I
aspects.
didn't even know. I'm a dumb American. I did not even know there was a Canadian
No, actually, there was
Civil War.
never a Civil War in Canada,
Okay.
guys.
All right.
No, it's
Cool.
just the guys who actually do a lot of the U.S. aspects.
I'd
Okay.
say like Mountain Man. There's probably more
Mountain
of a
Reveille,
Mountain Man.
stuff like that.
Okay.
Black
Yeah,
powder clubs.
Yeah.
They do period aspects like SEA and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Guys who love playing boom boom
That's
and
one
playing
of
with
the,
cannons.
mostly it,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things I'd like to get more involved with. I mean, it would be really awesome to have a pirate event where we could have a black powder cannon and we could have, some fire, some firepower. It would be good.
We could work on that next
But
time.
see, that's also what I want to start working on.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the pirate scene here in Vancouver or Canada at large.
Okay, so Vancouver alone, there are 1 to 2. There's about 2 groups.
Four
groups.
Four groups.
Okay.
There's ourselves, Shady Island Pirates. What are the other 2?
Well, there's your group, your SCA group.
No, that's not pirates though.
technically-
No, that's not. It's
Okay,
actually
okay.
medieval reenactment.
All
Way
right.
too soon.
Okay, all right. Okay.
But I mean, yeah, I think there's only 2 now. There were 3 at the time, but I think the other one has fallen to the wayside. I think.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. So
Yeah. I mean, we don't have the pirates group. I mean, Washington State has so many pirate groups.
Sure.
California is just so many pirate
Yep.
groups.
Mm-hmm.
I think California's got it due to the fact that it was at one time a pirate community.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's we're just smaller out here. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're just a little better. I mean,
The East Coast has a lot more piratical history, particularly Nova Scotia and Newfoundland.
Tons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Newfoundland was actually one of the most successful pirates of all time. Was based out of Newfoundland. His name was Peter Easton, which for some reason more Canadians don't know about, because only if you're on the East Coast, only if you're from Newfoundland or the Maritime Provinces do you really know about this guy.
Okay.
But he ended up he retired, and I can't remember where he retired to. He's rich, and
I think he actually did stay in the Maritimes though.
no, he actually, I think he moved.
Or
Maybe
did
he
he-
might have moved to France or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. So they
What do you
have
know
a lot
about him?
more.
Tell, because I'm not that familiar with him either.
I know that he operated out of Newfoundland, and he would go around into the and raid the fishing villages, and he would take his men from the fishing villages.
Oh, okay.
But what other people don't know is that famous pirates such as Black Bart Roberts actually came up and would raid those fishing villages as well.
Sure.
So they did have a true piratical presence.
They actually had almost. They traveled a circuit. They would do the Caribbean. They would come up into Canada, the U.S., pirate along the coastline there
Yep.
Yeah.
at different seasons, depending on what the weather's like, right?
Sure.
Right.
But I mean, in truth, they followed a weather pattern
Right.
on how they went, because if they also realized that they depleted what they had in just one area, they're out of business.
Sure.
Or causing or getting caught.
Yeah.
Because the crowns of every country were after them, right? They paid good money for that kind of thing. If you caught yourself a pirate, you got paid quite well.
Certainly. Yeah.
But in the end, it's just like a trade route of
Yeah, okay,
what
yeah.
it is
Yeah,
nowadays.
Sure. Yeah.
They follow a certain trade route, they go along that way, and then they just circled back. They realized that they had to let the people replenish what they had. They took from them, right?
You guys get some more stuff. We'll be back.
We'll
for
be
it.
back later. Here's our card. Call us. Talk to you.
Yeah. So we do have piratical history. Not as much on the West Coast, though. Although they say that Drake probably made his way all the way up to the West Coast.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he made it to at least once.
Yeah.
But the West Coast, because you had to pass through some of the aspects of the Cape and that, the weather patterns were really bad, right? Especially for those type of sailing vessels.
Yeah.
You're dealing with wood and cloth,
Right.
compared to steel and powered engines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, nowadays there's now back down to steel and power engines, and they're the bad people.
Yeah.
Don't tell your kids about them.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about those pirates.
You're right.
They give us a bad name.
Yeah, we're the pretty pirates.
Yes.
So, do you have much crossover with the other 2 or 3 pirate groups here in
We
the
do
area?
with Shady
Isle
Islands.
Pirates, yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, we get together, and last year we did the Cannery. They have a Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Okay.
With the Cannery, and we got together with them, and
Yeah,
that
we
was
got-
quite successful. And
Yeah.
we've done the Wooden Boat Festival.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not afraid to. We encourage trying to work all together because that's what the whole aspect is.
Sure.
I just really wish actually there was more of us out here. And that we could actually go from there. The big aspect is that it's called a pirate community for a reason.
Yeah.
we help out each other.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like in January, we all go to our own little retreat down at Ocean Shores.
Okay.
For A Pirate's Life for Us.
Nice.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's just so much fun.
It's the best. It's see, here's the thing. We show up at pirate events and we see each other,
Sure.
and it's like, oh, how are you? Oh, wait, I got to go and do this.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
I'll
got
catch
this
ya.
show in 5 minutes. I'll talk to you later.
So what we did is they came up with this idea, and Ocean Shores, Washington, is right on the ocean.
Okay.
We take over an entire hotel.
Okay.
Well, actually, now it's like 5 hotels now.
It's
Wow.
it's just pirates.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we just hang out together, and we do really dumb things. It's weird. It sounds really cheesy.
I'm not
but
telling
it's
you
so
what
much.
I did when I was that.
What happens in Ocean Shores stays in Ocean Shores.
Kind of like Vegas.
No, it's really, we do like, we do a pub crawl, and we do this thing with, we have like little scrolls, and we open the scrolls and
Scroll
have little
hunt.
prizes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like a treasure hunt, but it's like really kind of cheesy, but it's hella fun.
Oh, it's always a blast. I mean, some of the prizes are just horrendous. I think wasn't one of them a rug last year?
I'm not sure. We have all sorts of different things.
I know that some Nerf toys went out and the skeleton lights went out.
Pirates, Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, it is.
nice.
It's tradition. It's
Oh, yeah.
tradition.
Always tradition. There are actually, we do a lot of pirate games.
Yeah.
Left, right, and center.
Yeah.
For money.
What money?
What
No,
money?
there's no money
It
involved.
looks like really funny green stuff.
Take what you can, give
Leave it
nothing
at the
back.
No, but like I said, it's completely this is where we get to blow off after the full year of
Sure.
our time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, is that
and-
something that people can find out about and go to, or
Well,
or is it
this
just
particular event, it's pirate community only.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, the whole time we're there, we're dressed in garb. We're totally pirates the whole weekend. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, liquor
sounds
store,
really great.
pirate. Grocery
Yeah.
store, pirate. Bookstore,
Gas station.
pirate.
Yeah, pirate. Yeah. pretty
I've
much.
never actually had to do the gas station yet in a pirate
Oh,
garb.
no worries.
You sure?
Easy. Yeah, it's easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's weird. But no.
How long did it take the people in that town to figure out what was going on?
In about 5 seconds flat, when they come out with the black powder guns, it's pretty easy.
Well, it's good though. We actually do a lot of charity work while we're there. I mean, we're pirates for
Okay.
the pirates. It's kind of
Yeah.
inclusive to pirates, and yet we raise a lot of food for the food bank and for
And the
one of
paws.
Fantastic.
Animal shelters, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
So it's
The whole point is that we give back to our community that supports us.
yeah, yeah. But we also blow off a little bit of steam.
Yeah, we blow off steam, and they're more than willing to accept it. I mean, one time we had a Nerf fight in one of the bars.
Oh, remember when I brought the cannon?
Yes.
I had these old cannons from like the 1960s. Those Johnny Reb cannons.
Okay.
And we had a cannon battle down one of the hallways.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God, yeah.
They just shoot these plastic. I don't know. It was probably one of the most wrong-headed toys ever.
Pretty much.
Because they shoot probably 30 feet. These things, right? If
Yeah,
you've
I
got a
think you
good
hit
one.
a couple of
Right.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fun. Yeah.
I mean, we'll have sword fights out in front of the hotel.
It's terrific. You go walking along the beach and you look up, you see the hotel, and you see all the pirate flags off the balconies.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I believe
really cool.
next year we're actually holding Pirate Squares, the
Oh.
equivalent to Hollywood Squares.
Oh, nice,
Oh,
nice.
that would be fun.
Oh, it was hilarious. You
so
walked
great.
out front, like you saw the pirates standing there going, "This is Pirate Hollywood Squares all over again."
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And that's our beginning. That's kind of our beginning of the season party. Because
Yeah.
the pirate season doesn't really start until probably about May.
About me, when the weather gets a little bit warmer, we're all outside.
And then we have like the end of the season bash in Portland. It's called the Swashbucklers Ball.
Yep.
And that the public can buy tickets to.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
Still have to get those guys on the show. I've been working
Oh,
on that.
it's great. So we go down there for that, and that's our end of season big party. We all get dressed up in our finery. We go to the ballroom. The Royal Navy is our security.
Nice.
It's really quite the experience.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we really do have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It just comes down to, you know what? You make it what you want of it.
Sure.
It's like anything in this whole piratal life that we run.
Yeah. The thing about A Pirate's Life for us is they enforce the idea that we're all part of a community. So you leave your guild affiliations kind of to one side. So we're not up there being in little cliques.
Right.
You know, it's
No, we
we're
play with
there to
everyone.
we play with everyone.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
play with everyone.
Yeah, and that's the thing that sets that apart is that we do get to spend a lot of time with other groups.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we do get to have fun. Just have fun enjoying, our life within the community.
Yeah. How long has that event been going on?
We are the 6th year coming up.
I think
Wow.
it's the 6th
I think the
year
6th
now.
year coming up now.
Nice.
And it's just
Yeah.
getting bigger and bigger, and all
We're taking more and more hotels. Pretty soon, Ocean Shores won't have any hotels left.
Pirates are coming from. They come from Southern California now, all the way up
Yeah.
from Southern California.
Nice.
Come down from Canada. We've got quite a big group that comes.
Yeah,
down
we've
with
got about
us.
20 people from Canada that go
Yeah.
down
Okay.
from the
Yeah.
both two pirate groups that we know of.
Yeah,
Shady Islands and ourselves.
yeah. And
They've
we-
got about 10. We have a few. So, yeah. We have
quite a
people
few.
from Victoria Island come out
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
that are part of our group.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds like so much fun.
It's
It
totally,
is.
It's totally fun.
It's just a blast. Like I said, it's our time to kind of start off our year and get going, right?
Yeah.
And then we can pick and choose. Now, we don't have a lot of pirate events up here, so I do a lot of stuff. And plus, because I'm the helmsman for the Order of Leviathan, I have a responsibility to that community as well.
Sure.
So I end up spending a lot of time down in the States.
Mm-hmm.
And in California, you've got the NorCal Pirate Festival.
Yep, that's
There's
my neighborhood.
another one called Belmont. What used to be called Belmont Pier
Okay.
Pirate Invasion, which is now the Pirate Invasion Long Beach.
Oh, yeah, right.
And that is fantastic
Uh-huh.
because it's it was a free event, tons of pirates there, and I think they're expecting maybe about 50,000 people this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. It's going to
Yeah,
be
and
huge.
plus then we're actually looking we were actually before you came actually we were talking about having a one out here.
yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, has there been any thought about starting a
There
festival
has
here?
been. We've been planning for a while. It's the aspect of trying to find land.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, a lot of land up here is really expensive to rent.
Yeah.
And I mean, really silly. Most of us don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's whatever it is spent on traveling and stuff like that. And yeah, I was able to acquire a couple of hectares of land that we could probably use.
Oh, nice.
I just have to confirm it with the owners. And yeah, then we can start our pirate
And
event there.
I've been acquiring. We've got a couple of long rifles, so when we can do some black powder, if that's part of it, we can also liaison with some of the pirate or some of the black powder groups to see if they want to join us in that kind of endeavor.
We can
I've been
actually just do a lot
increasing the
more,
size of my encampment.
Yeah.
So we can set up a proper encampment with tents.
Yeah.
And we'll have historical items for display. And also the other thing is that we want to have people be hands-on. A lot of times you go to an encampment and you're behind a rope.
Sure.
And so you're not really able to interact with it. I mean, you have to sort of be kept to one side. What I'd like
Right.
to do is open up an area where people can sit and be really close, be more involved into the encampment.
Neat.
So that's something we're thinking about as well.
Yeah.
Is there outside of the between the reenactors, the living history people, the Ren Fair types up here, the pirate types? Do you think there's enough of an audience here to sustain a festival like that?
There is actually.
Yeah.
It can be done. It's just, I mean, it's going to be a little hard.
Yeah, sure.
Like anything you're trying to do.
I think, because of my background with the kids' camps and doing the birthday parties out at the Heritage Shipyard, I think we will also be able to set up a children's event,
Oh,
a
okay.
children's
Oh, yeah.
area, where we have, we have like Ring a Rat, where they pretend that they're on the deck of a ship and the rats are taking over and they have to throw rings around the rats' necks to capture them. Or we have targeting with cannons, so they have to do that. We also have these awesome Nerf pistols that they look like flintlock pistols, but
Okay.
they're Nerf guns, and we can use them for target practice
Oh,
as
gotcha.
well. And the kids really get into
They
it.
love that. I remember the kids just going absolutely
Plus,
hairy
I have
on those.
scores and scores of costumes, so the kids can dress up
Nice.
as well. So, that would sort of tend to set us apart as well. And again, like I said, we always want to be family oriented. We always want to include the family.
Sure.
That's the most important thing. And one thing I've always kind of thought of and sort of dreamed of is to have like an adult pirate camp.
Well, yes, the adults need a break away from the kids. Yes, we understand.
But no, I mean, I think that people would really be into it. Get
Actually,
together,
I believe,
dress up,
yes.
drink
Yeah.
some rum. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
Well, that's the thing, right? Everything for every aspect of life, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like let's do all ages, all access, all ages,
all access, all ages, right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I went down to the market happening on the water.
The New Westminster
Street.
Market. Yeah,
I went down there this morning, and there was like a tugboat exhibit, and the kids were just going nuts over
Oh, yeah.
it, you know. And I think if you brought something real,
Yeah.
to those kids, they would.
If you
freak
brought
out.
if you brought real kids, go crazy.
yeah,
Okay, kids know when you're actually trying to bullshit them.
right,
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, I've noticed it with the kids I've dealt with over the years. It's like they look at me going, "Yeah, come on, seriously, we don't believe you." Honest. But yeah, no, it's just the kids. The kids enjoy honesty.
certainly.
Yeah, if you're going to feed them a line, they're just not going to listen.
Right.
You fill them with the excitement and truth. They come gaga.
I was really fortunate in that as part of the shipyard, they had the ship from Once Upon a Time, which is a Lady Washington based out of Washington State.
Right.
But for filming purposes for Captain Hook, they couldn't always get that ship. So they actually built a standing set down in the docks.
Right.
And it was great because I could take the kids down there and they could look at it. And when they were filming, it was fully rigged. They would bring the shipwrights in and they would rig it. It would,
Nice.
you know. So I could take them down there, down to the docks and say, this is my ship. And then, you know, I could use that. But the good thing is that when we had a tall ship in, or a sloop, say, with sails, they would come into the dock. Every once in a while, we'd get permission to take the kids aboard.
Okay.
And that was pretty exciting
Sure.
for them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, especially when the Maritime Festival comes up in Richmond, because they get all the handmade boats that were done.
Yeah.
Some of them, the Coast Guard comes out.
Yeah.
Some of the tall ships do come out once in a while.
Yeah, the steam-powered tug is
Yeah,
there.
the sea-powered
And that's-
tugs, all that. So
all
yeah, and
historical.
we see so many kids down there.
Yeah.
It's just going, hey, look, kids, dinner. I mean, entertainment.
Yeah.
But
And,
it does seem like, I mean, if there is, maritime-based festivals here, it does seem
get
like
the
yeah,
kids.
absolutely,
they
for
could
sure.
go that extra
now,
3 feet to make
I
it a
think
pirate
on
festival.
Vancouver Island that they have a fair pirate presence in
They do,
in
yeah.
Vancouver Island
Yes.
in Victoria, and I think they also have a festival.
Yes,
but
they do.
We have
Yeah.
not partaken of that for
No, we
whatever
have
reason.
not. I do understand that. Actually, there's a couple that go there that do pirating that I knew a couple of years ago. She plays Jack Sparrow.
Okay.
And he plays
Barbosa,
No. The one with the squid. Can't remember.
Davy Jones.
Davy Jones. Yes.
Okay.
And he plays Davy Jones, and when they kiss, it's like, oh my god. I almost like went, ooh, your kiss is squeaky.
That's the one thing when I go to Disneyland. One thing I love to do is I wear my Davy Jones hat. I actually have a Davy Jones hat with the tentacles,
Yeah.
and I sewed some mouse ears on it.
Nice.
And I get so many high fives and fist bumps
bet,
that everybody
yeah.
totally
Yeah,
loves
the rest
it.
of us give you a weird look.
Well, but you
Yeah,
got
but
to
that's
go
the
and
thing
have
with-
fun,
That's
right?
the thing
It's
with
the squeak
Disneyland.
monster.
It's the play. Disneyland is the place where you can wear weird things on your head and nobody gives you a second look.
And
I wear weird things on my head.
the last time I was down there, they actually had Jack Sparrow was in the park, so I got this great picture of me with the tentacles and Jack Sparrow. And
Nice.
Do feel
Nice.
death. It was
So,
great.
where's the best place online for people to find out about all these variety of things that you guys are doing?
Really seriously, contacting us on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Buccaneers of the Black Fleet. We can
Okay.
at least let you know where we're going to be.
All right.
Shady Island Pirates have their Facebook.
All right.
So, yeah, looking at the Facebook would actually be the best place.
Okay.
That way we can give you the information right away.
Great. I'll make sure that's linked up on the show notes. How about your kids' camp and things like that?
I'm on sabbatical for this
Sabbatical.
year.
Got it. Okay.
So that would all be through the city of Richmond.
Oh, okay.
When I started up again, but
Okay.
like I said, I'm just really busy at work right now,
Sure.
and I haven't been able to give the time that I miss it terribly too.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
but if you want to find out what's maritime happening, check with the city of Vancouver, city of Richmond.
Okay.
Check with the municipalities.
Okay.
They will all have something there.
Uh-huh.
And it will be on their public domain websites.
Okay, great,
Yeah,
great.
definitely, yeah.
Cool. And do you guys have any? We're kind of at the end of the season here, but do you guys have any other events coming up for this year?
No, not right now.
Okay.
We're nothing planned as set.
Well, Swashbucklers Ball in Portland, which is in November.
Yeah, November, yeah.
And then our next event would
Then
be
January.
Pirates Life in
January.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got 2 more events for us, and then we'll be restarting again.
Yeah, and then we'll be, we'll be doing a lot of planning over the winter to see what we can come up. And also, I mean, I'm working on a webpage that would help to tie together everything that's going on maritime.
Nice.
And piratical in Canada, and it'd be piracy.ca, but it's just parked
Fantastic.
right now. So
Good URL too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's with
Always
a Y.
the best URL.
PYRACY. So.
Nice.
Wow,
well,
you
be
can.
on the lookout. Let me
you
know when
spelt
that's
pirate
up.
right.
Yeah, there you go.
But definitely let me know when that's up, and I'll link it and all that kind of good stuff.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll pass the link over to you guys, and I mean, every bit helps.
Absolutely.
It's getting the word out that we're there.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
And I love how people just, the reactions, the enjoyment, and the like, oh my God, the freaks are out. I mean, sorry.
The thing that I really love about this community is that for people that portray pirates, they are generally some of the most warm-hearted, generous people.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got a heart of gold.
Planet. Absolutely.
We keep it very close to our chests. See, I made it funny.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Love you too.
You come tonight and watch a professional do that, all right?
Excuse me. I've been told I'm. Oh no, wait, no, that was funny looking.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's a little more realistic.
Well, guys, this has been super fun. I'm really glad we got to do this. We're going to hear the cappuccino machine in the background. It'll be fantastic.
That would be my cappuccino. Yeah. Extra chino, less water.
We'll be taking that with us when we leave.
There you go. But thanks for taking the time. I definitely
thanks for having
appreciate
us.
it. And,
Yeah,
It's been a blast.
It has been fun.
I have the cannonball to prove it.
There you go.
And there it is, friends. That is my interview with Jeff Hartt and Gertie Stubbs from Buccaneers of the Black Fleet. If you'd like to find out more about what they've got coming up and what they're doing, you can find them at on Facebook at Black Fleet Buccaneers. And I know you know how to spell all that. So, or just put Buccaneers of the Black Fleet in the search box and they will come up. Under the Crossbones is sponsored today by Pirate Radio of the Treasure Coast, WKKC-DB. Playing the best music in pirate radio talk. You can listen to Under the Crossbones on both their stations. Just go to pirateradiooftheTreasureCoast.com or pirateradiotc.com. And don't forget to download their apps. That's the Pirate Radio Treasure Coast app for their music station and Pirate Radio Talk for their talk station. And if you're listening there now, thank you for listening. I appreciate that. And you can always subscribe to the podcast as well. Got an ebook for you. It's Alexander Exquemelin's Pirates of Panama or Buccaneers of America, a book published in 1678. So this is legit golden agey, piratey, stuffy. Well, we'll go with that. And Alexander Exquemelin was a doctor who ended up on pirate ships and wrote about his adventures. Great book, one of the seminal pieces of pirate writing and researching out there. So go check that out. If you go to underthecrossbones.com, click on the free ebook button, you can get it right there. Or if you're out and about and all you got is your cell phone, just text the word pirate and your email address to 94253. Again, you can text the word pirate and your email address to 94253. That will kick you back a link to download the book, and you'll have that nice little ebook version of it that I put together for you there. If you've been out to a cool pirate event recently, maybe saw a pirate band, or you've been to a festival, or just something cool, I would love to hear about it and play your trip report on the show. That would be awesome. So you can do that. Give me a call at 408-599-2733. That is the Under the Crossbones hotline. And you can leave me a voicemail there. Just tell me about your trip or the event that you went to. And if it's cool, I'll play it on the show. So that is our show for today, friends. Thank you very much again for tuning in. If you want to find out more about what Jeff and Gertie are doing with Buccaneers of the Black Fleet, go to facebook.com/Black Fleet Buccaneers, or just put Buccaneers of the Black Fleet in the search box on Facebook, and they will come right up. We have some amazing shows coming up. Really good stuff that you're going to enjoy. The schedule may be moving around a little bit, so I'm not going to tell you who's coming up yet, because I don't want to jinx the appointments that I've got. But cool stuff coming up very, very soon. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to come on, join us over on Facebook. Tell me how you like the show. Tell me what you don't like about the show. whatever. Share it with your friends, and we'll all have a good time. And until then, I will see you next week. Bye-bye.